Hello everyone, welcome to another course on data science. I am Professor Mangesh Joshi, Assistant Professor in Sri Ramdev Baba College of Engineering and Management, Nagpur. So in this video, we will cover chi-square test. Now, a chi-square test is a statistical procedure used by researchers to examine the difference between categorical variables in the same population. Now, in the previous video, we have seen the correlation coefficient. So, what is the difference between chi-square and correlation? So, we have seen correlation is about linear relationship between two variables. Usually, both are continuous. And in chi-square, it is usually about the independence of two variables and the variables involved in the chi-square test is categorical. In correlation, we have seen that the number of hours, sleeping hours versus the performance. We have seen the relationship between these two factors. Now, in chi-square test, we may have the number of boys and number of girls in a school. So this both are categorical variable and we are counting the numbers. Now, chi-square test, why do we require it? What does it show? And how to calculate chi-square coefficient? So we will answer the first question, that is why. Now let us assume a case. A student claims that there are equal number of boys and girls admitted in the school. Now let the count of total students representing the population may be 1000 or 2000. So for study purpose, you select 100 students in random as a sample. Now after collecting the data of 100 students, you found that 52 were boys and 48 were girls in the sample. Now based on this data, are you 100% convinced that the student's claim is correct? That is equal number of boys and girls. So to what level you are convinced? Okay, so to answer such questions, and if you ask this question to number of people, you may get different answers in reply. Some may say yes, of course, the claim is correct. Some may say yes, why not? Some may say not exactly, or I am not sure. Or some may say since it is not 50-50, so the claim is incorrect. So here comes the problem. We cannot really rely on such answers. We need some more sound, concrete methodology to answer such questions, and hence chi-square test is used. Now, what does it provide? Now it evaluates inherent variability by comparing the data which is collected and the value which is expected. Now the claim is the estimated outcome. Okay, so equal number of boys and girls was the claim, and hence estimated outcome should be 50 and 50, 50 boys, 50 girls. So after collecting the data and counting the number of boys and girls present in the sample, you got 52 boys and 48 girls. So to what level your data supports your claim? Means if you get 51 boys and 49 girls, then what will be your conclusion? If you say you get 40 boys and 60 girls, then what will be your conclusion? So at which point you will say that there are equal number of boys and girls? So for that you have chi-square test. So let us see how do we calculate it. So the formula for chi-square test is summation of observed minus expected square divided by the expected value. Now, so this is the chi-squared value. So this observed value will come after the data collection, and this expected is your claim. So we will introduce one more term, that is null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. So your null hypothesis is the claim that you are saying. So we have set the null hypothesis as there is no significant difference in observed value and expected value. Means they are equal, right? And set your alternate hypothesis HA as there is significant difference in the observed value and expected value. And you cannot say that you have equal number of boys and girls. So continuing the same example, we have sample size of 100 students. Step 4 is calculate the chi-squared value as follows. Now we have two categories, boys and girls. So observed value of boys is 52 and observed value of girls is 48. And expected value is 50 and 50. Next, I have done observed value minus expected value, means 52 minus 50 and 48 minus 50. So you have 2 and minus 2. Then I have squared it. So you get 4 and 4, and then divided by expected value. You are getting 0.8, 0.08 and 0.08. Now the summation of these two values, you will get 0.16 as chi-square calculated value. The step 5 is check calculated chi-square value against critical value of chi-square from the table. So you have chi-square table. So this D represents the degree of freedom. So what is degree of freedom in this case and how to calculate this? So degree of freedom is equals to number of rows minus 1. So there are two number of rows or categories, that is boys and girls are the two categories, and hence the degree of freedom is 1. So let us understand the basic meaning of degree of freedom. Now imagine a case where you have 10 chairs in a classroom and there are 10 students waiting outside the classroom. So if the first student goes in, so he will have total 10 options to sit on, right? When the second goes, he will have 9 options, right? And hence these options will get reduced up till 1. So the last person will have no option because all 9 people have occupied, let us say, all these chairs, and whenever the last person comes in, he will have no choice but he has to take the seat number 7, and hence he has no degree of freedom, right? So that's why this degree of freedom is n minus 1, that is in this case it is 9. So for two-way table, what is the degree of freedom? It is number of rows minus 1 and multiplied by number of columns minus 1. So if this is another example in which you are checking the marital status against the qualification. So you have total 4 rows and 5 columns. So that's why this is 3 into 4, that is 12. Coming back to our example, so we have calculated the degree of freedom, that is only one column was there. So this is one-way table, that is number of rows minus 1. So you have the value of degree of freedom, that is 1. You have set the level of significance alpha, that is 0.05. So since degree of freedom is 1 and your level of significance in chi-square is usually 0.05, so the value of chi-squared from the table is 3.841. So if we see the chi-square distribution, so we have this 3.841, which is a critical value. So if your calculated chi-square value is lying in this green colored region, which is called as a rejection region, you will have to reject your null hypothesis. So since calculated value of chi-square is lying on the left side of the rejection region, means you have to accept null hypothesis. So in the conclusion, we can say that if the observed value of chi-square is greater than critical value of chi-square, then you can reject the null hypothesis. Means your observation is lying in this region. So you have to reject the null hypothesis. If observed value of chi-square is less than critical value of chi-square, which is the current case, you cannot reject the null hypothesis. Means you have to accept it. So in the conclusion, we can state that you can accept the null hypothesis claiming that boys and girls are in equal proportion. This was the one example. So before moving on to chi-square test with Python, let us have one more example with the two-way data. So this example is explained over here. So you have collected the following data from 700 people as sample. So in which there are 4 categories: never married, married, divorced, and widowed, against their educational qualification: middle school, high school, bachelor, masters, and PhD. So you have collected the data from 700 students. So step 1 is to set the null hypothesis HO, stating that there is no relation between marital status and educational qualifications. You have alternated hypothesis HA. There is significant relation between marital status and educational qualifications. You have selected significance level as 0.05. So first of all, I will explain you how to calculate this manually. The first step is to calculate the row total as well as the column wise total. So I have calculated the row total as well as column wise total, which is equals to 700. Now next step, you have to calculate table of expected values. These are the observed values, which is represented by the O, and this table represents the expected value. Now how to calculate expected value for, let us say, this cell. The procedure will be like 130, that is the column total, 130 multiplied by row total, that is 150, divided by this total count, means 700. So in this way we have calculated all the values. So for example, if we take this example, we want to calculate this value, so that will be 162 multiplied by 58 divided by 700. So in this way we have calculated the expected values. Now I have listed observed values vertically. Second column represents the expected values, then observed minus expected, then whole square, then observed minus expected divided by expected, and the summation of this will give you chi-square observed or chi-square calculated value. Okay. So in this case, the degree of freedom for two-way table can be calculated like columns minus 1 into rows minus 1. So you have calculated the degree of freedom as 12. So in the table, for 12 degree of freedom and level of significance as 0.05, you have the value of chi-square from the table, that is 21.026. So this value indicates the critical value of chi-square. Right, so this is the critical value, and the value which I have calculated or observed, so that is 47.59. This is coming in the rejection area, and hence we can conclude that we fail to accept the null hypothesis, claiming that no relation between the marital status and educational qualification. Means there is definitely a relation between marital status and educational qualifications. So same problem we can solve using Python very easily. So let us see how to solve this problem using Python. So for this you need to import chi-square underscore contingency. So this two-way table is nothing but a contingency table. So I have imported this from scipy.stats, right? Then the second stage you have to give the data, that is I have entered the row wise data. So this represents the first row, this represents the second row, this represents the third row, and this represents the fourth row of the data. Now to get the value, I have created four variables, that is stat, p-value, degrees of freedom, and expected value. So, and this chi-square contingency function, I have passed the value of data. So it will automatically calculate all this, the values of all these four variables. So we have set alpha is equal to 0.05. Now there is one more way to check whether to accept the hypothesis or reject the hypothesis. So it can be compared with the help of p-value and alpha value. So by both ways you can do. One way is to see the critical value and the observed value of chi-square. Other way is to compare the p-value. So if p-value is greater than is equals to greater than alpha, then you have to accept null hypothesis, else you have to reject the null hypothesis. So you can clearly see that this in the output you are getting reject as 0, means you have to accept the alternate hypothesis, that is there is relation between the educational qualification and the marital status. If you want to print the values of, let us say, these variables, so you can print it like print and in bracket stat, or print p. So you can print these values with the print command. I hope you have understood this part of Python code to test for chi-square. And thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, you can comment. And if you like the videos, please press like button, subscribe and share. Have a good day. Happy learning.